Hey there guys, welcome back to this kind of video review series I'm doing here. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down there in the comments section. I'd love to get back to you guys on your questions or your comments. That thumbs up really helps me out here on the channel, so please consider doing that. In this video, it's kind of a, early season and late season mashup. Both of them are just one rapid. Both the videos I'll be looking at anyway are just one rapid. The first one here is House Rock on the Gallatin River. If you don't know the Gallatin River, it's a river here in Montana. It's out towards Bozeman a little bit. It is absolutely fun run. It's a little bit more narrow and technical than some of the rivers I'm used to. But I was really excited to do it this year. I actually did it twice this year. This is from my first run. The second run I actually flipped my boat over and lost my camera on, so I don't have anything from my second run. Anyway, let's get in the video here. Sort of to start the video out so you guys can kind of understand what I'm doing here is I'm trying to catch this eddy behind this rock to allow these catrafters here on the left side of me anyway to move ahead and space it out a little bit, since we are coming into a kind of a tighter technical rapid, and I don't want to get between them and having to make a move out there on the river. So I want to give all the boats as much space as I could, so that's why I was trying to catch this eddy a little bit. So this here is called the Wacker Wave, I believe, and it's a wave that whacks you pretty hard. As you can tell, I paused the video right there in a spot where I was actually in the process of recentering my weight a little bit. You can kind of see me reaching across the front of my boat there to help kind of recenter my weight and not get too much weight on the kind of downside of my boat there as I was going into that wave a little sideways. I was trying to center that boat out there, kind of flattening my weight out a little bit, and made it through. Right about here, I was really happy that even with that sort of slight sideways hit at the Wacker Wave, I was still in a good position to make it around the House Rock, which is this big rock you see here on River Right. Excuse the dog. But every single it appears that every single rapid, or every single river out there, has a house rock out there. It's basically, you see a big boulder in the river the size of a house, and that's an easy name and an easy feature to remember. Again, trying to move that weight around in my boat, trying to keep my the weight on the high side of the boat, or just kind of keep my weight centered a little bit. And this was sort of what I was trying to avoid earlier there. I'm glad I didn't run into this guy as we were coming through or past House Rock there, but coming into tighter areas, luckily this one wasn't too terrible of a technical section, although there were rocks sticking out. You can sort of see some rocks upstream of us there that are sticking out of there, a little bit of pour over rocks. Definitely not spots you want to run a raft over. Catarafts might be able to straddle it, but I was trying not to get too close to other boats, but it kind of ends up happening sometimes, and you just have to deal with it and try and get away from the other boats as soon as you can. Again, see, that's what I mean by not being too tight together. I might have caused him to hit that rock. he might have just been in an odd situation, but if I hadn't been there, he might have been able to get around that rock a little easier. You noticed as well that I stopped paddling again. I keep saying, you know, get away from those boats, and you know, I was basically riding my raft like a tube down the river again, which you know, this is kind of earlier in my R1 career. A lot of lessons learned during that time, you know, but if I had a time machine and I managed to get back to this particular point in time, you know, I would have been paddling a lot more, you know, and, you know, purposely trying to move my boat away from other people so that we could both, you know, get through the section of rapids and whitewater, and, you know, in a less, you know, rock sliding, rock crunching way. So that was House Rock on the Gallatin. Like I said, this. So that was how. Jeez. So that was House Rock on the Gallatin, and like I said before, that was kind of earlier on in my R1, you know, progression throughout this year. Definitely a little bit sloppy in there. Definitely, you know, you can tell that, you know, I was still kind of learning R1ing, you know, trying to wrap my head around it there a little bit. This next rapid is called Tumbleweed Rapid. It's on the Clarks Fork River over by Missoula, Montana, which is an awesome river. If you guys ever have a chance to get over there and run the Clarks Fork, if you're over there in Idaho and you want to just hop the border real quick and, you know, run the Clarks Fork, it's a very awesome river to run. What's pretty cool about the Tumbleweed Rapid itself is there's actually a dedicated photographer. You know, I think he's just there, and that's, you know, what he does during the summer. But there's a photographer on top of the rocks, and he'll take photos of you and he'll post them to his photo site, you know, that night. And you can go in and buy the photos of you or your buddies running this Tumbleweed Rapid, which is pretty cool. He got some photos of me running it. I didn't purchase the photos from him, but, you know, I think it's a really cool way that he is, you know, making his money and, you know, helping, you know, boaters out there, you know, find photos and, you know, look back on fun times that they had out on the river with their buddies. Also, this is kind of one of my last R1 trips of the summer, so it's you can definitely tell, you know, I'm a bit more secure in the boat. You know, I've been thinking about R1ing a lot more, and I hope that, you know, looking kind of back between this one and House Rock, that, you know, it looks like I'm a bit more confident in the boat. I definitely kind of, from what I remember of this one, you know, I definitely was paddling a little bit more, which is, you know, a big personal win for myself. You know, helping that boat move down the river, and then, you know, steering that boat in general, basically. So this is Tumbleweed itself. The level we ran this at was actually pretty low. So, you know, this kind of left side middle run, I've kind of heard it described as, is maybe or maybe not the way to run this. You know, I'd probably have to talk to people who actually run the Clarks Fork more, run this rapid a bit more. When I posted this on Facebook, people were, kind of ecstatic that I had done this sort of run. Someone was saying that they usually ran it right, which, looking at the rocks over there, I don't really know how they could have run it right. But, then again, I might have misread that comment, or I might have gotten that comment wrong. But, this is Tumbleweed proper. If you look careful over there on the left side, you can actually see that photographer standing like I said he would be. So I had a pretty good brace there, and as you can sort of tell, the boat did spin a little bit there, but that's kind of expected, especially when you kind of stop paddling there, or when you stop paddling anywhere really, the boat will spin a little bit. And I find, myself being a heavy guy, the boat always wants to turn, the heavy side downstream. That's just how it goes. But some big things I've been looking at here, especially back here in this littler section, kind of in here. I'm paddling all the way through that. I'm forcing the boat up and over some of those. Really steering that boat a lot better than I was in the lockstep videos I've showed before, or even in the Gallatin house rock video that we looked at before this video. I've been really steering that boat better. Really helping propel that boat down the river. Even though it's kind of hard as a R1 to really propel your boat down the river, or put a lot of power and forward momentum into your boat. Sometimes you are at the mercy of the river. That's just what I found over the summer. Sometimes you are at the mercy of it, and you can do some steering in there, but a lot of the time you kind of go with the flow, which sucks, but it can be used to your advantage sometimes as well. But like, again, a lot of paddling. Definitely was, a bit more active at doing that. Steering my boat a little bit better, getting that lined up there, dropping right into Tumbleweed there, and then again, moving my weight to the middle of my boat there, trying to even my weight out there as my boat was headed through the rapid, and getting through that rapid, a nice solid kind of little dip and a hit there, and I had a fun time doing it. Back up on the paddle and pulling myself out of this, boiling eddy and hydraulic right here. So, fun time for that. That was an awesome run, and definitely I would go back and run that river again. Unfortunately, there's quite a bit of snow outside, and both the rivers in the video here are probably at one of the lowest peaks at the moment, full of ice and whatnot. That's one thing that Montana kind of lacks is, at least I haven't found any yet, but, rivers that'll run all year round, and, that people are able to raft or kayak all year round. I haven't found a river in Montana to do that on yet. There is one in Cody, Wyoming, which just is a hop over the state line from where I am at the moment. So I could go do that, but other than that, I'm kind of lacking rivers to paddle during the winter times, which I'm a little depressed about. So again, if you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing again. Questions and comments, please leave them there in the comment section. I'd love to talk to you guys about stuff. Love to answer you guys' questions. And I hope to catch you guys in the next video.